guys, what's up? So let's say hypothetically, I lost everything I've had. I lost every knowledge I've gained in the past 5 years. And I'm starting basically from scratch and I want to make at least 1 million naira every single month within the next 1 month or 2 million naira. Here is exactly what I'm going to do step by step. And you can take this and replicate it for yourself too and make a good amount of money before the year ends. So go with me, come with me. So the first thing I'm going to do is step one. I'm going to get a Google Digital Marketing Certificate. Why am I going to do that? Remember, number one, I'm starting from scratch. Now, from scratch for me is I started from a mud house and I had to drop out of the university because I had no money. So these were like bad for me. So I have no money. What exactly am I going to do? Get a free Google Digital Marketing Certification. Why this is important is number one, it's a 40 hours course that takes you about a week to complete if you're really fast and 2 weeks at most if you're a slow person. And it encompasses everything about making money online, or basically everything about digital marketing online, right? So I have more broad knowledge about the entire online scope and how businesses make money, how businesses are able to generate revenue, and the rest of that. That's what I'm going to do, right? And also, it is free. I don't have money to pay for courses. Remember, that's the first thing I would exactly do. Now, once I'm done with this, I'm going to get a Google Digital Marketing Certificate. I never used mine. You're probably never going to use yours. Forget about certificates. The main thing you're looking for there is the knowledge. So once I have this under check, if you don't have data, don't tell me you don't have data. What you can do is what I simply did. I was subscribing to 25 naira every single night for 250 MB or for 500 MB. And on weekends, if I manage to save up to 500 naira, I will do below 3 gig for the weekend plan. Now, what I do is I take these YouTube videos or I watch these courses in the night. I spend my midnight doing that. If you don't have money, you should have time. You cannot make excuses for that, right? And I go through every single thing. So I download YouTube videos in the night with that 250 gig and the rest of that. If you're worried about what your friends will say, leave social media. It's not a do or die affair. Personally, me, I left WhatsApp. I've not even come back to today, even though I'm making millions every single week, right? So that's the first one. Next thing I'm going to do is simply step two. I'm going to learn a digital skill. You can learn any skill you want, but personally, I'm going to opt in for copywriting, and I would recommend that for you too. If you don't do that, you can do video editing or maybe graphic design. Now, the first thing is that step one has given you a broad way of the way digital marketing works in the online space, right? That's why it's important. So step two, you're going to niche down. And I'm going to choose copywriting because that's exactly what I did and that's what I'm good at. You can also take that. But instead of me being just a regular copywriter that writes sales pages, writes VSLs, video sales letters, writes basically everything, brochures and the rest of that, I am going to further niche down, take it a step deeper and become an email copywriter. Why are you becoming an email copywriter? Because weighing the pros and the cons, it can take you 2 to 3 or 4 weeks to master becoming an email copywriter. Number two, if you're a sales page copywriter, people or businesses need that only like once. Sure, they'll pay you $1,000, $2,000, $3,000, but only need that like once. Same thing with VSLs and a major part of that. But emails, companies are sending them out every single day, right? So since they are sending them out every single day, then I want to basically position myself there because number one, I'm going to be getting jobs. I'm also going to get a monthly retainer. So they can pay me like $500 every single month to write their emails. They can pay me $1,000, $2,000, depending, right? But let's say as a beginner, they'll be paying me $300, $500 every single month. That's the first step. So that's why I chose email copy because it's faster for me to learn instead of me trying to become a jack of all trades, right? Number two, it is consistent. People always want it. It's in high demand and it's in high demand continuously, again, for these businesses you're going to be working with. Remember, you have no skills. So the way you're going to become an email copywriter and become a copywriter is by YouTube videos, right? You research every single thing you can about YouTube on YouTube and on Google, and you'll be able to at least make or join or shift everything together. Now, the next thing I'm going to do is I want to get a job now, right? So this step three, all of this is still within a 1 month time frame. So if not started jumping to 2 or 3 months time frame. What I'm going to do on step three simply is that I'm going to focus mainly on Upwork, Facebook, and LinkedIn, but especially Facebook and LinkedIn, because Upwork at some point, especially if you're a beginner, you can fuck it up and you will need to buy connects, right? But with Facebook and LinkedIn, you don't need any of those. You can reach out to these people free of charge. So I'm going to focus mainly on Facebook and on LinkedIn. I'm going to be using 2 main contexts for getting clients that would hire me or businesses that will hire me for this. The first one is inbound marketing. So I think, okay, I have a freelance skill now. I've learned about digital marketing, I've niched down to copywriting, I've further niched down to email copy, right? So I have a digital skill now. And what type of people need this particular type of skill? People who are selling stuff online, people who are selling coaching programs, people who are selling courses, people who are selling products, supplements, and the rest of that. So I would find Facebook groups that these guys are on and simply start posting relevant content that would help them in their business. Now, I'm not going to start saying or start teaching them email copywriting. That's just going to require people, that's just going to bring people who want email, who want to learn email copywriting into my DM. What I'm going to do is that I am going to post about how email copywriting is going to help your business, how email is the cheapest form of way for them to get leads, how that can make them thousands of dollars in the future because they literally have the emails forever and they are forever customers who would keep repeat buying, right? I post type of things that they see, oh yeah, I need this in my business, or oh yeah, I'm doing this in my business, but I'm not doing it that well, right? They see that and they come into my gym and hire me. The second way I'm going to be going is outbound marketing, which is I'm going to go out there and do the outreach and say, hey, I can see you have a store, you are selling supplements. I can write these emails for you, hire me, something like that. That's a rough sketch of how it is. There's more intricacies into writing a pitch, basically. But that's basically the sum of it, right? I reach out to 5, 10 people every single day, and bam, I'm going to get my first clients pretty soon. Now, one thing I forgot to mention before you start reaching out to clients is having a mock-up portfolio. A lot of people tell me every time, Walter, I don't have any experience. Are they going to hire me? They are going to hire you. And the reason for that is because you're going to create a mock-up portfolio. You don't have to wait for your first job before you create your mock-up portfolio. It is easier to say, I can do this. Here's what I've done, than for you to say, I can do this. Trust in me, I can do this. Makes no sense. So a mock-up portfolio, let's say, for example, I'm just looking at this my speaker right here in my office right now, and I want to write a copy or an email series, like 5 emails that would sell this speaker. This speaker costs about 45K basically, right? So I'm going to know the target audience. I'm going to simply just write it. And maybe instead of me calling it Sonny, I'll just change the first name to Pony, right? That's basically it. And I'll name it in my portfolio, email series for Pony speakers, right? Simple as that. There's so many ways you can do this. And I even gave it to my students in my course, for my students watching this. Wow, what's that part? On how you can even find products and services online where you can write these things and create mock-up portfolios for them. It's the same thing if you're a graphics designer, it's the same thing if you're a video editor. You can at least use AI and the rest of that to create mock-up portfolios. These things cost you nothing to make. You don't need someone to hire you, right? So when you're reaching out to people and you're like, oh, let me see what job you've done before, you are now like, yes, I can do this for you. Here's what I've done before. I can do this, sorry about that, right? So you're going to be like, I can do this before. Here's what I've done for you. And here is basically how it's going to go compared to when you are like, I can do this, believe in me, I can do this, right? So you've done that. Now I'm going to be sending at least 20 proposals every day. That was my target, right? 20 proposals every day. If I was you, I would increase it to 30 or 40 or 50, right? So on LinkedIn, I would go out there. Remember, we're targeting foreign clients, we're not targeting Nigerians. Leave Nigerians alone, they will not pay you well, right? What I'm going to do is I'm going to be sending out invites, right? I'm not just going to be pitching them from the listen. I will send out, let's say, 20 invites, and let's say in the next 1 or 2 days, at least 10 will accept or 12 will accept. Then I can go through their profile well, thoroughly, and pitch them and say, hey, I can see you have a website selling supplements. I write emails for companies, and I notice that your email sequence, you have none yet, or your current email sequence probably is not getting you the type of results that you want. Here's exactly how I'm going to do it for you and increase revenue for your business, right? So I'm going to simply do that. On Upwork, same thing, but like I said, Upwork only brings jobs to you. You can't really set out jobs you want and the ideal type of clients you want, right? And also, at some point, especially if you're a beginner, you're going to waste your connects. So I would stay away from Upwork immediately from the beginning. Now, the next thing, I'm not saying you're not going to go on Upwork. You're going to go on Upwork and make a lot of money, but not just when you have zero cash, like me, right? So the next thing I'm going to do is after I'm doing that, obviously within the next 30 days, I'm going to get my first clients. It's literally impossible for me not to get my first clients if I'm doing everything the way I just stated it out to you guys, right? So once I get my first client, I'm going to be charging them a low fee, $200, $300, $500, and $1,000 depending, right? And what I'm going to try and do is I'm going to try and charge for royalties. Now, I'm going to say for every sale that comes from this email, let's say the product is for like $50, I'm going to get $2 basically, or $5. So if the product does 10 sales, from the email, then you're going to get like an extra $50. And it usually it does most of that. Some companies will not even agree. Good. If they don't agree to give you royalties, you can justify why you are raising your prices to $1,000 per month for you to write these emails for the person. Remember, it's not a must do emails. You can become a video editor or any other skill set that you choose. It depends. But this is basically tailored for those who are starting from the bottom, the way I started from, right? So basically, once I've gotten a job, I've gotten some money. So I'm just going to simply rinse and repeat. Rinse and repeat it every single day. Send more proposals, get jobs, work with these clients. And the best part is that you probably need just like 2 clients to be financially stable or financially free, because you can be charging them $500 per month. And making a good amount of money. That's like $1,000 every single month. That's about 807,000 naira at the time I'm recording this video every single month. And you're making good amounts of money with that. Okay, so you simply rinse and repeat every single thing from step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4, and then step 5 every single time again. Then once you've started making money, the next thing I'm going to advise you to do is to multiply your money. Now, there are different ways to make money online, but if it does not involve selling a product, selling a service, trading crypto or forex or stocks, run away, because they are bringing you into Ponzi or they are trying to scam you. So what I'm going to do is, a lot of you might not know that, but I trade the forex market and I'm a really good trader, a profitable trader. I'm going to learn forex, get someone who really knows what they are doing and learn from that. Now, one thing I also forgot to mention is that from step 4 here, you've gotten your first gig at, let's say, $500, $300, $100. Now, it took you all this while, it took you about 2-3 months to get this, because remember, you do not have a mentor and you're not going to pay for it. But if you have money to pay for it, you would speed through all these things because everything will be cut down for you. But once I get to step 4, what I'm going to do is, once I've started seeing a little bit of money, your first gig might even be $100. That's like 80K, not bad. I am going to find someone who has achieved more results in these things I'm going for and pay them to learn from them. That's the fastest way. It's going to speed up my progress. I had a lot of people who said this thing with me back in 2019. And the reason why I have left them in the dust is because I was consistently paying. Back when I started, there were like only 2 freelance coaches or 3 I could actually notice about and even point hands to. And I paid every single one of them. I paid every single one of them to learn from them, basically. I paid every single one of them to learn from them, right? And that sped up my journey because I had more insights. And the best part is that it's not even every time you have to learn something new again, or you have to learn entirely new. You could just be going through the course and you are already doing what they're showing you, but there's a way they are doing it that you are not currently doing it. And if you add that simple tweak, it can add an extra $1,000 for you, an extra $2,000 for you, extra $3,000 for you. So that's basically what I'll do if I was starting from living in a mud house to become the person that I am today. And if I wanted to make let's just say at least a small amount in the next 6 to 8 or 9 or one year, I want to start making at least $1 million every single month. That's exactly what I will do. Okay? So hope this video helps you, and I'll see you guys in the next one.